Okay, welcome back. So in this video I wanted to show you how to add a patch to a conda-forge recipe. So essentially I'm working on adding a new package to conda-forge, so you can see the other video for that. And what I realized when I did this was that there were a few things that I had to fix. So if you go to the recipe here, let's look at the recipe. So one thing I wasn't really sure about was this URL. So I was using the PyPI URL. So that was one thing, and I changed this to GitHub because it seems to be a problem with running PyTest using the PyPI distribution. In particular, that it didn't find all the fixtures. So I changed this to the GitHub archive, so the tarball on GitHub, the tags, and it seems to work. So I'm not sure if that is the problem with how I may make the tarballs for PyPI, or if the fixtures are not included in that one. I don't know, but anyway, so that's kind of one thing I had to fix. And the other thing, which is basically the main thing in this video, is to add these patches. So if you see, if you go back to the commits, so you see that there are a lot of things going on. So in particular, there were some tests failing on OSX, but not on, so not for this one, but maybe we can take a look here, for example. So in this case, it actually worked on Linux, but it didn't work on OSX, and it didn't work on Windows either. But I expect this to fail on Windows because it depends on a package that is not available on Windows for the things that we need. So, but what we can see in this this build is that, or in this pipeline, is that it failed. And if we scroll up, you see that it failed because, well, this was actually another error, but there were some errors that was basically happening that I hadn't seen before because I hadn't really tested it on this platform. And so what you can do, of course, to fix this is to make a new release, because essentially what's happening is that the version that is installed is the one from this URL. So and then with this SHA. So what you could do is to make a new release with a change, and then update the SHA, and then rebuild it. This is fine, but if you need to make a new release and you're not sure if you will fix it, then it might be better to add these patches, which is a way to add kind of incremental commits basically to the source without actually having to make a new release. So basically the way I did this is to add these patches. And this can look a bit strange. So how did I actually make these files? That's basically what I want to show you now. And I added a bunch of them because I realized that there were many things that I had to fix. So now, after a lot of back and forth, I think it's good to go. So I have now pinged the conda-forge help Python team, and there's also notifying them that the Windows tests are failing, but this is expected. Okay, so now if I basically show you how to how I made these patches. So essentially, I made a new branch in this IO for DolphinX repository. You don't really need to do that, but that's basically what I did. And then I have actually made a few changes here. So one is this more fixes for tolerances, which was one of the things that it complained about. So I had to lower the tolerance on some of the tests which were failing. So if you look at the git show, this is the last commit. So basically just changing this tolerance, just increasing it a little bit. So this was basically taking 10 times the floating point precision, and I changed this to 15 point floating point precision, so it's not a lot. And the way I basically did this was to use this git format patch and then give it a number. So now I'm at number 3. You'll see that it generates this file. So if I now change this to number 4, you will see it creates a number 4 here. More fixes, yeah, 004, more fixes for. So now it basically created this file for me. And then I basically just copied this file to the staged recipe folder. So here, this is the folder where I have this meta.yaml file. You should watch the other video if you're unsure on how to make this file. And then I basically added both these files to the folder, and then I added a link to them here. Okay. Yeah, all the things I also did had to add some environment variables, and yeah, that was basically it. Okay, so that was the main thing I wanted to show you here in this repository, how to add a patch. I hope you found it useful, and if you have any questions or comments, leave the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.